Does your website turn prospects into clients? If not, this is the video you're going to want to check out. I'm going to show you how to take your website and turn it into a highly targeted, highly focused conversion tool to take your prospects and turn them into clients. Take a look. Hey everyone, Kevin Smullin with 2Q Lead Generation Strategies. If you were brand new to our channel, we appreciate you being here. What we're all about is helping real estate agents just like you generate more leads, set more appointments, and close more transactions. So if you want more leads, appointments, and transactions, this is the place to be. Please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you here as part of our community. First and foremost, before we get into the topic today, make sure you go check out in the description below. I'll put a link to our 2-hour masterclass. It's totally free. It shows you our entire strategy of how we generate leads, set appointments, and close transactions. If you want to see the nuts and bolts of how we do that for our clients, go check out that master's class. Tons of information. You'll be blown away by the information in there. Now, in today's topic, we're going to be talking about the Facebook pixel and how to use that to make your website turn into a better conversion tool. Now, the majority of agents that I know, what they tell me about their website is they say, Kevin, I have one, but it's just kind of sitting there, and other than people being able to search for properties, that's about all it's doing for me. I would love to show you how to completely transform that and turn it into a high-powered conversion tool using some of the tools that Facebook has. Now, in order to do this, what you're going to need is to install the Facebook pixel on your website. Now, if you've never done that before, it's not the focus point of this video. I've shot other videos that will show you how. I'll put a link to it right up here. Go click on that link. It'll show you how to get the pixel installed. Today is more about the advanced strategies, how to take this up a few notches and be very focused and very specific with what you're doing. So I'm not going to focus on how to set it up. I've done that in other videos. Now, what you're going to want to do, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So this is a website of one of my clients. Now, once you have your Facebook pixel installed, again, if you're unfamiliar with the pixel, all it is tracking code. It's tracking who's come on here, what's going on, and we're allowed to use that information to target people on Facebook. So I have installed this Google Chrome plugin. It's called Facebook Pixel Helper. You'll see the name of it right there. It's just a Chrome plugin. You can go search for it in the Chrome store, Facebook Pixel Helper. Frankly, this plugin only does one thing. All it does is show you whether the Facebook pixel is installed properly or not. And if it is, it's going to show you the pixel data, and then you can go look at the analytics. So when you go click on those analytics, this is what will pop up. I've got it set to show data for the last 90 days, and it'll show you, the snapshot of your website of how many people have been to your site, and all kinds of different stats, and I'll come back to this in a second. But this is how you know the pixel is installed properly and it's tracking data, right? That's the most important thing. So you got to realize that when you install the pixel, Facebook starts tracking from that point forward. It is not retroactive, right? It is from that point forward. So with that being said, when we go into the custom audience, and again, I've shown you how to do this on other videos, but once you start tracking website data, it's going to have your pixel right here. And the one that I've talked about the most is tracking all website visitors. And for website traffic, the maximum that Facebook will allow you to do is 180 days, right? So you'll see right there, maximum time, 180 days. This is the typical settings. And then you would just call this all website visitors 180 days. So that would tell you exactly what this audience is, and then you can use this audience for when you're going in and setting up an ad, right? So just to show you that final piece, and then I'll get into some of the cool strategies. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh my screen. And so when you're setting up this, you're going to do a housing ad. And then just for the sake of what I'm doing, I'm just going to click on engagement. I'm not worried about anything because I'm not really doing a real ad. But here in this audience section, this is where I can use that custom audience that I just created. All website visitors, 180 days. So with that, whatever information I put in here for my ad, now it's targeting all of those people based on the settings that we had set up for that custom audience, right? Which was all website visitors, 180 days. Now that's the basics. So what that does is it allows you to keep in front of the people that have been to any page on your site. And again, the thought process is if they've been to your site to look at properties or get a CMA or to get more information about you or, right? Then it allows you to set up specific targeting. It allows you to be able to go back, run ads, and stay in front of those people who are probably your best prospects. Now, that's the basic version. I want to show you some advanced stuff just to get your thought process going and show you how you can use this. Instead of being like a shotgun where you're hitting everybody, it's more like a sniper where you're shooting specific people to hit your target, right? Shotgun is kind of the process of I'm just going to fire it out there and hopefully hit something. Whereas with sniper, they rarely miss the mark, and that's what we're going to be focused on here. So one of the options that you have available is rather than being all website visitors, you can pick people who have visited a specific web page, right? So with that being said, let me show you an example. So on her website, she's got this section about selling your home. So we could take this URL about selling your home, we could plug that in here and say, we want you to track anybody who's been to that URL in the last 180 days. Okay. And then I'm going to call this website sell your home 180 days. So now instead of tracking everybody on the site, it's only focused on this group of people. So when I create this, the strategy is I can start creating ads on Facebook that are seller specific. So you might record like an online listing presentation, or you might have a video talking about your process to get homes sold. What makes you different than listing with the other agent. Any of that information, you could use that as an ad and only target the people on your website that have been interested in selling their home. Pretty awesome, right? You could do the same thing for people who are interested in buying a home. So if they go to the search page, same thing. I can take that search link, I can come back, plug it here, and I know if people are searching for homes, these are probably my buyers. So these are, so I would call this like website buyer leads 180 days. So now I can create buying specific content. So I can create content about, inspections or loan programs or closing costs or any kind of thing, right? It allows you to even be as specific as if you were advertising a property in a specific city, you could take the people who had viewed that and now target them with another home in the same city or a list of homes in that city or. Do you get the picture? So these are some of the advanced things that you're able to do that allow you to be really, really specific about the marketing that you're doing. So again, the first one that I showed you is kind of the shotgun method where we're hitting anybody and everybody who's been to your site, which there's a time and a reason and a purpose to do that. But there's also times where we can be super, super specific, right? One of the other options that's here is targeting by visitors by time spent, the time they spent on your site. So you can say, I want to target the top 25% of people who have spent the most time on my website. Again, the thought process is the more time they've spent on your site, the more likely they are to turn into a transaction. Those are going to be some of your hottest leads. So again, you would just call this something like website visitors top 25% time spent 180 days. So I like to be specific in my naming conventions so that when I see the title of the custom audience, I know exactly what it is. So again, website visitors, top 25% time spent in the last 180 days. So that kind of targeting gets me in front of the people who are the most serious. Now, where you can use something like this specifically in your marketing is, let's talk about, let's say you had an offer that was very specific. So some of the clients I've worked with and other things that I've seen in the real estate industry, people have specific offers that they use as an enticement to do business with them. So like, for example, I've seen people where they'll say, do business with me and we'll move you for free, whether they actually hire a moving company or whether they have like a trailer that you can use or something like that. They'll use that to target the most interested people and kind of use that as a tool to try and push them over the edge to do business with them. I've seen people where they offer, list with us and I guarantee we'll sell your home, and if we can't, then we'll buy it. I've seen those kinds of things. But regardless, if there's something specific that you do to try and edge out the competition, give people a reason to do business with you, you could create a custom audience for that based on those people and send it only to the people who have spent the most time on your website. Super cool, right? Some other ways that you can be really specific with this is, I showed you the analytics earlier, and one of the pages that's really cool on the analytics is, if you scroll down, there's this section of top web pages. So it's going to show you the pages on your site where people have viewed the most, right? So like, for example, this is the home page, right? We've got a lot of people there, but there's this page right here where we have even more people. So I've now copied that URL so I can pull up that URL to see what it is, right? Okay, perfect. So this is the property search. So we know that a lot of people are coming to the site to search for homes. So again, we know that 26% of the people there are searching for homes. We could use that as a targeting option to be able to do that. There's also other things here. So here's the about page, right? That many people went to the about page to learn more about them. So maybe you have like a video introduction that talks a little bit about more who you are. So I could take this about us page, I could come in and create a custom audience of people who have visited that page, right? About us page, visitors 180 days. Now, what that audience allows me to do is I can now have a custom audience of people that have gone to the About Us page, and then I can set up a Facebook ad where the content, oh, sorry, I didn't show that. I can take that About Us page, I can set up that custom audience based on that, and then I can run ads to people who have been to the About Us page. So again, an advanced strategy would be, if you had an introductory video that just says, hey, here's who we are, here's what we're about, you could run that as a perpetual ad that never runs out. And the only targeting is people who have been to the About Us page. So not only do they go to your website and see your bio, now Facebook, anytime they open up Facebook, they're going to see your introductory video. Right? This is how we start taking your website, putting fire on it, and start getting it to actually generate results for you. So hopefully that just gives you kind of a little bit of an insight of what's possible, of how we can turn your website into a tool to help you convert more of these website visitors into transactions. It's just being strategic and thinking through the process. If they had gone to your site to sell a home, then we want to have ads running to them that keep retargeting them based on selling. If they had gone there to search for a home, same thing. We want to have buying ads to help them with that process. If they went to look at you, we want to have introductory ads. Again, there's so many different ways to use this as a tool to help increase your exposure, get the right content in front of the right people, And like I said, it's really just that sniper analogy where instead of marketing to the masses, we're just trying to hit that one target. And a super, super powerful tool to be able to use some of these advanced features that Facebook has that are available through the Facebook Pixel. So hopefully that was super helpful. If so, one of the best ways that you can repay me, and I totally appreciate it, click that thumbs up button down below. Like this video. That is so helpful to us, and I appreciate your support. Also, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. Every single week we put out brand new videos, new content like this that will help you take your business to new levels and see more success. So please consider subscribing. Also, click the notifications button. That way you'll be notified anytime we put out brand new content. And then I'll put up a couple of extra videos right here, more things that you can learn to grow your business. And then lastly, as always, these are services that we provide for people. So if you're interested in seeing what we can offer to help you grow your business, there's some information down in the description below. Check that out and you can learn more about our services. Other than that, make it a great week. Keep crushing it with your real estate business, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.